Hello everyone and welcome back to another F124 video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're not going to be doing the Enzo Fittipaldi driver career, which if you haven't checked out, I do recommend you go ahead and watch those videos. We're going to be starting our F124 My Team today. Uh, I'm really excited. It's something I did a lot last year on F123. It's my personal favorite way to play the game. We're going to be starting on 103 difficulty, full practice format, full qualifying format, 50% races, approximate weather, driver moves on, facility on, R&D on. We are going to do the resource rate for the player to reduced and leave the AI on default just so they have a slight edge and we don't hit the maxed out cars quite as fast. Fault frequency standard, fault types high, rules and flags on, corner cutting strict, everything on immersive. Yeah, so pretty much as hard as we can make it, besides 110 difficulty, which we may end up upping the difficulty as the season goes on, depending on how well we do. Low fuel mode hard, race starts manual. We are going to do simulation damage as well. So yeah, that's going to complete our settings. Here you're going to get a sneak peek at the mod we're going to use. So the driver suit there is Ford. Ford's coming back to the grid, first time since 2004 with Jaguar. And we're going to be looking to bring Ford their first championship since Michael Schumacher in 1994, I believe. So, yeah, I'm excited with what we can do. We're going to be an American driver for an American team. As our name, obviously we're going to go with Tommy Elliott Jr. Audio name, unfortunately, they don't have Tommy, so I chose Thomas. Driver number, we're going to go with 72. That was my dad's race car number in real life, so go ahead and go with that. For the team details, obviously it'll be Ford Racing.
Now let's choose a primary sponsor for this season. Some sponsors offer a larger sign-in bonus up front. Some offer more weekly income. The better we perform, the more our level will go up as the team gains more acclaim. Doing this will increase the income from our sponsors.
Honestly, I'm just going to go with the sponsor that pays us the most money.
Our chassis won't be going anywhere fast without a power unit, so let's sign one of those now. Obviously, the greater the performance and durability, the better. But be careful about spending all our cash. We're going to have people and facilities to invest in as well. Power unit suppliers will also provide upgrades throughout the season free of charge.
Wow, Red Bull's durability is terrible. That's crazy. Renault's durability is 94. But their performance isn't great. That's crazy. We're going to go ahead and choose Red Bull here. Ford is looking to partner with, or they're going to partner with Red Bull actually in 2026. So we're just going to go ahead and partner 2 years early with them as we introduce ourselves on the grid. It'll be Red Bull Ford like it's going to be in real life in 2026, but here in 2024.
We're not much of a team without a second driver. Here are the drivers interested in joining our team. Look at their stats and pick someone you think can get us good results, as long as we can afford them. We renew contracts periodically, so you'll have plenty of chances to sign someone else should the need arise.
So really it comes down to Vesti, Fittipaldi, or Daruvula. We could do Fittipaldi because that's who we do in our driver career, and honestly that'd be pretty funny. But I was going to choose Daruvula because his pace was so good, but I think I'm going to go with Vesti. 71 pace, he has good racecraft, he has the best Yeah, definitely Vesti. He's just the best driver by far.
Looks like we can afford this power unit supplier and teammate. Go ahead and confirm if you're happy.
All right, we have $600,000 still in the bank. It's going to be Red Bull Ford Racing. Yeah, and Frederick Vesti is going to be our second driver. Let's get on into our first season of our F124 My Team.
Let's...
Hello and welcome to a very special Formula One live stream. Now, usually we run events like today to reveal a new car, but today is much more than just the car. It's about a brand new team, and one in which the owner also happens to be the lead driver. That's right, for the first time in modern F1 history, we're going to have an owner-driver on the grid. And it's been a Herculean effort, a huge amount of resource and staff recruitment, and a brand new factory, one in which we are standing right now. And the small matter of producing a car that can take on the big names on the grid. So let's take a look at it now.
Here we have the first look at the Ford F1 car. Honestly, and the mod that was produced by Peter Roche. So, yeah, the link for the mod will be in the description below. Thank you to him for the mod. Honestly, it looks amazing. So, yeah, I'm excited to get the car on the road and hopefully get some decent finishes with it.
Okay, let's introduce the person everyone is talking about, Formula One's new owner-driver. Now, I would have thought being an owner was stressful enough, but you're driving as well. So how are you going to approach taking on both the roles at the same time?
Okay, so basically this is just which way our development is going to go early in the season. Same thing as last year with F1 23. This doesn't look like anything has really changed.
Now, obviously,
Actually,
you're
same
not going to be
answers.
alone out on track. You've signed a teammate too.
Same questions,
What made
too.
them the right fit for this project?
By the way, if you do want to skip any of this and just get ahead to the racing, I will have timestamps in the description below, so feel free to go ahead and use them.
So tell me about the work on the car. Plenty done, plenty still to come. What are you prioritizing in terms of development?
Chassis balance.
Now, your competitors are vastly experienced. You, by contrast, are a total newcomer. So can that be a good thing? What do you bring that's unique and special to the table? Now, ultimately, your success this season will be determined by the positions you can take from other drivers. So what's your focus in terms of clawing time away from the opposition?
Basically, I'm just focusing on putting my points into the aerodynamics and chassis development, and just hopefully the Red Bull engine will be decent to start the year. The reliability though is kind of scary. Hopefully, Red Bull can definitely work on that and bring upgrades to the actual engine package.
Now, ultimately, Formula One is a team sport, and you've had to assemble a team from scratch. So who are you most excited about working with this season?
Aerodynamics.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and I think I can speak for all of us when I say all the very best for the season.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and get on into the season. I think we're going to have to handle activities, obviously R&D at the beginning of the year. There's another look at that livery, which just is so sick, man. Again, huge thanks to Peter Roche. Link will be down in the description below. Yeah, let's get on into the activities. Really, I'm going to focus most on team development over driver development because I don't really plan on sticking with Frederick Vesti. I want to bring a better driver into the car as soon as possible. Extra $500,000 will be nice. This gives us team acclaim, which is huge, and bringing in more sponsorship, more money, and better drivers. So, all right, now we've handled all that. Take a look at the R&D. Our aerodynamics is pretty open. Cable assembly unlocks a lot. How's our motor? Oh, our engine is lacking. Do I bring an engine upgrade? How's our chassis looking comparatively? It's lacking. Aerodynamics is lacking. Wow. Okay. Maybe I should have put all my eggs in one basket and just answered like all chassis or something and had one really strong area. Instead, now I just suck everywhere. But I really think the engine's probably what we should do, but I'm gonna do the cable assembly. We definitely need to work on our engine as soon as possible, though. Now we're gonna go ahead and sim, grab our weekly resources. The pre-merchandise sale went smooth, extra 500,000. Grab these weekly resources, and maybe we can throw on an upgrade before Bahrain. No, only 340. We do have 1.46 million though. So can we upgrade like an area? Let's see. It's the speed of your upgrade. We could do that for 1 million. I think we're gonna go ahead. That'll be done by the 2nd of March. Now we have $463,000, but we've invested a little bit into the car, a little bit into the facilities. And yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and get on into Bahrain and hopefully have a strong start to the race weekend.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter of a free practice session. It's great to be back. So much unknown before we get underway. So what will be going through the drivers' minds as they get ready for the new season?
The faster you can work around the circuit conditions and get the car tailored to your liking, the better. And then you can just focus on the job in hand in terms of lap times. But first of all, you've got to get the car feeling right.
I'm excited for this first lap in a Ford F1 car in 20 years. Oh, this is going to be fun. This F1 My Team is just... I love the My Team dynamic. This is the track acclimation program. Need to get a perfect lap here. All in the corner gates. We are on the hard tires, and the track is super, super hot. It's 111 degrees Fahrenheit, so... Alright. We have been purple almost every single corner gate here. And it's 5:05. We smashed the purple score. Let's go. I do have to say, though, we are, like, comfortably the worst car on the grid. So, I don't know what kind of pace we're expecting this weekend. I definitely don't think... If we challenge for points, it's going to be max, like, 10th. And that's if, like, everything goes right and we have... There's some retirements in the Grand Prix. I don't think it's going to be a points challenging type of weekend. So hopefully we don't get blocked by Max Verstappen here. Oh, we get a major snap of oversteer there. So that's okay though. We got 4 more laps to go ahead and get a second purple score of the weekend. That's crazy. As we brought the... Oh, and now we've spun. Okay. Well, that was not ideal. Alright, attempt number 2 at our race strategy practice program as I accidentally opened the DRS wing there, so got a little bit extra time that I usually wouldn't have. But, yeah, hopefully we can keep it clean and tidy this time. I did have to go with the softs just because we had the mediums were honestly so worn they said they weren't going to be able to finish the run. Really is cool being an American driver though for an American team. Sucks it isn't Chevy. Shouldn't really say that as a Ford driver, but it's the cold hard truth. I'd rather be driving a Chevy, but it is what it is. We're just happy to be on the F1 grid at the end of the day as we've come out the final corner here. 1.5 tenths up on the Delta, and we get our second purple score of the weekend. And now it's into the qualifying practice program. So actually it wasn't a qualifying practice program. It was a fuel management program that was left. I didn't realize that was the last program we had for the week. As Yeah, honestly, this is one of my least favorite practice programs. Oh, and we are doing it on the hard tire, which does not have much grip, especially compared to the softs that we were just on. We managed a green score. Honestly, I'm just going to take that, and yeah, let's head on into qualifying.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Here we are for the first lap of Q1. We need to put a decent banker on the board here. Something that we can just compare to. I did put enough fuel in for 2 laps in case the first lap isn't the greatest. Most likely we're going to have to go
push down to P21.
Because the track's just going to be cooling down and getting more grip as the sun sets. Missed the apex there by Country Mile. I'm always missing the apex there. Gonna look to send it into the final corner real deep. Locked up slightly there. Get on the throttle as fast as possible. What's it gonna be? A 1:31.0. That's not good at all. Definitely need to pick up a lot. Alright, we need to pick up about a second, and I think we can do it. We need to do it right here, too. Already down on the delta. That's not promising, guys. Look to send it into that corner. Up on the delta by a 10th, but we need to pick up a lot more. Gained a little there.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Oh, we overshot that corner. There went it all. We gained a ton there too. If we didn't mess up turn 11, I think we would had a good lap here. Yeah, if we didn't mess up turn 11, I think that lap would have been valid. As it puts us P20 ahead of Logan Sargent, but we're going to need to pick up more time. Well, unfortunately, we got knocked out. Ford lining up last on the grid. We got to love it. We're 2 tenths behind the closest competitor in Logan Sargent. There's really no big shocks that got left out of Q2. I think we could have put together, oh wow, a 1:29.738 we needed. Yeah, I don't think we were ever touching that lap, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely think I could have gained like, I think I could have beat Sargent and been right with Bottas. But a 29.9, not in this car. We need to bring some upgrades to the car as soon as possible. So, yeah, let's get on into the race, and hopefully we can make up some positions from this terrible grid position.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36-mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Perez, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Gasly, Ocon, Albon, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Joe, Bottas, Sargent, Thomas, and Frederick Vesti. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, as much as I like testing, and I do love testing, and I've really enjoyed the build-up here and all the speculation, I really want to see some action. And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
You're going to definitely see action, Crofty. Everyone's G'd up for this one. They've done the testing, like you say. The drivers will be revving inside, heart rates going, trying to burst out of their chest at this moment. With that anticipation, who's got the speed? We're going to learn now, once and for all.
Well, here we go. First race for Ford in 20 years, since 2004 when they were with Jaguar. I'm really excited to see how the car handles and get the car on the track. I do think we're gonna try medium, soft. It's gonna do it where it won't let me. I have to do okay. So we need to do 4 stops and then just not do the last stop. So we'll do 10, 10. And then we'll go softs on the last stint. But we're not actually going to do the 4th stop for one. We're just going to do this 9 laps on the softs. And I think, that's what we're going to go with. Medium, softs. So let's get on into it and get a decent start here in Bahrain.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres.
Looks like a lot of the grid is starting on the mediums. Or I should say half the grid. And then half the grid starting on the softs. And then both the Haas's on the hard tire. That's going to be interesting.
We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Looks like they're recommending either a 2 or 3 stop. The recommended strategy is soft, hard. But we're going to do medium, soft. So see how that plays out. As the F1 grid is pulling up to their starting spots for the first time in 2024. And the first time for Ford in 20 years. I'm excited to get this underway. As the EcoBoost hybrids pull up to the grid. I do have a 22-place grid penalty since I was starting 21st anyway. I went ahead and took all new components. We got a pretty good launch on the line considering we are on the mediums and everyone else is on the soft compound. We need to get ahead of both the Haas's who are on the hards. That is a must. They're going to be slowing everyone down. You can see how much time they've already lost just in those first couple corners. So we're going to... as Magnussen brakes so early going into that corner. Luckily, he just moves out of the way. We sweep around the outside and get the move done. And it's lights out. No way we go in the Bahrain Grand Prix as Max Verstappen gets an amazing launch off the medium tires and he looks to hold off Charles Leclerc, but he gets his nose right under the inside of the Dutchman, sticks it into turn 1 and hangs it around the outside of turn 2. Already up to P16. Dive on the inside of Alex Albon here in turn 9. Try to get the power down.
Let's focus now for the rest of the race.
He has way more grip on the soft compound. Gonna send it on the outside though, way late into turn 10. And we'll definitely get a better drive off the corner there. Now we need to just make sure we stay in Yuki's DRS here. Looks like there was contact between an Aston Martin and a car behind. Oh, as we get our first warning of the Grand Prix. We need to be extra cautious from this point out. We cannot afford any time penalties. Oh, as we brake super late compared to the AI and lock it up. Because I wasn't expecting them to brake so early. I'm gonna send it on the inside of Yuki here. We make it stick, a little bit of oversteer there, but We're able to get the power down nicely. Now we gotta focus on closing back into Ocon's DRS here. Ocon's almost out of the DRS of the guys ahead, which will make him easy pickings.
Okay, so we're leading
He
our
did
teammate
just
by
get his DRS.
4.2
Sonoda
seconds.
is getting one hell of a run right now, so we're gonna go defensive. He's still gonna dive to the inside though, so we're gonna have to leave him some space there. We will get the preferred line into this corner. And we got the DRS. Use some battery there. As we're still battling Sonoda, I had to give him space there. Tried to leave him just barely enough space. Didn't want to give him too much. As luckily they're battling ahead as well, so it's allowed us to stay with them quite nicely, honestly. We had some, honestly, good racing there with Sonoda. As you can see, the softs are already starting to fall off. The mediums seem to be a little quicker at this point. That's Daniel Ricciardo diving. No, Lance Stroll trying to go around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo, actually. I think Daniel Ricciardo went defensive there. I think they just bumped wheels. Oh, as someone locks up there. And Ricciardo is really holding up Lance Stroll. I'm still struggling to keep up with them, quite honestly. But every lap, it seems just a little bit easier. Right up to the back of Ocon here. Ah, we got a little bit of wheel spin. I was going to say this might be our chance to make a move, but he got such good drive out of that corner. Oh, the curb kind of sucked me off the track. Oh, man. I can't believe the softs are holding up this good. After 7 laps, I mean, I'm staying with them, but it's just barely. Also, I think our car just kind of sucks as Lance Stroll has had enough of Daniel Ricciardo holding him up, dives to the inside. Now he's going to try to hang it around the outside, but Ricciardo looks like he's going to be able to hold that position off. Maybe not, though. Stroll gets the DRS as Ocon looks to send it to the inside of Stroll there. Ricciardo holds off Stroll. Now Ocon's going to look to go to the inside, but he can't. And that just allows us to close right back in and get an attacking opportunity here on Ocon. Oh! As we're an idiot. Here's another look at our ill-timed dive bomb on Esteban Ocon as we lock up the rears and just get in a little too overzealous. Make some contact, and it costs us 2 positions on the V-Carb and Williams there.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Yep, that was an idiot move by us. We dove it in a little too deep. Somehow we managed to come away with no damage. And, yeah, I'm amazed. Somehow we managed to come away with no damage. And, didn't lose too many positions, as that's our 2nd warning of the Grand Prix for something so stupid. As Mark is very right, we have absolutely no grip at this point. I think I'm going to mix up the
Right, let's have
strategy.
you in at the end of this lap, please.
I'm boxing this lap, and we're going to throw on hards. So I can try to get maybe the undercut. The tires are just done. Because we got a bunch of other people boxing as well. We're not going to be the only team. A lot of people putting on hards.
Right, let's go. Come on.
Clean start.
That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Teammates in the pits.
This is our true place here. They've
Lot of
pitted
them
as
are putting
well,
on
so we've got to
softs.
warm up our tyres and get the most out of it. Come on.
And that's a 3
Okay,
second time
Frederick's in the
penalty.
pits.
No,
Frederick in the pits.
there's no way.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
Alright, well that's not what we needed. The hards don't feel that bad, but there's just no way I'm going to be able to keep up with these soft runners. I think I should just let Joe by and try to stay in his DRS at this point. He's on brand new softs. He may be able to pull me along. I'm definitely still in a race too with K-Mag and Hulkenberg as far as the strategy, because they're going to be real slow. Bottas is closing in here. Honestly, if I let him go, I feel like he's going to do the same thing Joe did. Just dip out. But I don't really have much of a choice. My best bet is just hope he pulls us along. We have absolutely no pace on the hard tire. I think it was a terrible mix-up call. We should have just stuck with our original strategy. As Bottas sends it to the inside there. Get a little bit of oversteer, but we're able to give him enough space. As Magnussen now pitting as well. We're out ahead of him. We're P18. Obviously, the 3 second penalty is going to hurt us too at the end of the day. But I still think at least we'll be able to beat our teammate of Vesti and not get dead last. Oh! Hulkenberg's going to look to drive right by us. So is Magnussen into the first corner of the lap. We're able to go defensive on Magnussen at least. Hold him off. We're going to look to stay in Hulkenberg's DRS. Our battery's in a decent window here, so hopefully we can stay with them. The hards should be starting to get somewhat on the same level as their softs. The Haas's did pit a little bit later, though. I think they're on the third lap of those softs, so the softs are probably just about to start falling off for them.
Caution, caution.
Those yellow flags are out. I had to turn around to see if it was Vesti. It's not. It's Lance Stroll. Issues for Mercedes in the first Grand Prix of the season, as he was having some engine trouble. The Mercedes engine not proving as reliable as it was on paper.
Okay, clear.
I'm sure Aston Martin and Lance Stroll are not thrilled. As Kevin Magnussen's going to send it to our inside here into the final corner. We're going to go defensive. We are able to hold him off. Had that outside line. We're able to carry more speed and get a better run out of the corner.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 11.5 seconds.
It seems the softs have fallen away to a pretty slow level. We're able to keep up with Hulkenberg pretty easily now.
Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Well, those are the type of issues you'd honestly expect from a new team. Hopefully, like you said, it is nothing to worry about though. So I just want to keep my head down for these last 14 laps and try to bring it home in the best position we possibly can. The 3 second penalty is going to kill us at the end of the day, but we're really not racing for much, so what's the difference at the end of the day between a P18 or a P17 versus a P20? As Daniel Ricciardo's already in the pits, he's going to go for a massive undercut on everyone as it's 3 wide. I think the two Haas's made contact, and oh, we had to give him plenty of room. He had a terrible line through that corner. As all the cars look to be intact. Magnussen's going to send it to our inside here. Oh! So does Hulkenberg as we get on the throttle just a little too much. And that is the last thing we needed. Vesti's in the pits. I wonder what tire he's throwing on. He's got to be throwing on the hard tire. He'll get a slight undercut on me here, but I'm going for the soft, so I'll be way quicker.
Right, Frederick's coming in for his stop now.
At the end of the day, we're just racing our fellow Ford teammate for position. You know, I may try to just stay out and go for the one stop. I wish I would have did more laps because I only went to lap 8. I don't think there's any way these tires are gonna last long enough, but that's my only shot to maybe make something of this race weekend. So I'm gonna go for that actually. As Hulkenberg has really slowed up. And Logan Sargent's gonna go into the pits there. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna try to take the hards all the way. It'll be real close to blowing a tire at the end of the Grand Prix, but I mean, we're in P12 right now. That's really our best. I think a one stop, like if you took mediums to just like lap 12 maybe, and then the hards the rest of the way.
Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now,
I think you definitely
push.
could have did it. Easily one stopped it. I think I would have been fastest. I'm going to try to slot in ahead of Ricardo too, or behind Ricardo too, and just stay in his DRS. We just need to stay in that DRS train. Hopefully their tires become worn enough by that point where they're at a somewhat similar pace to ours. Magnussen's in the pits now too. Technically we're P10 on merit. Because we're going to let Ricardo go by, try not to cost us really as much time as we can to the guys behind. Drain the battery here, open the DRS to stay in Ricardo's DRS range. Let's see what kind of pace we can output. If I didn't have a penalty, I'd be fighting harder for these positions, but at the end of the day, I want to just like slot in here and try to stick with them. I would try to be staying ahead of them as they're 3 wide behind us, which is good for us. Hopefully that'll allow us to kind of pull away. As we're definitely able to stay with Albon, which is what we needed. Oh, we got some oversteer there, but we got battery. Open the DRS. We're staying with Albon. This is exactly what we need to hopefully maybe bring it home like P15 or something. Oh, that's not good. Huge snap oversteer there. That might cost us the DRS as we get a warning there, but we'll be alright. We can still get one more. Just hopefully we don't, obviously. We just sneak back into Albon's DRS.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 29.7 seconds.
Sonoda's gonna go on the offensive dive to the inside here. We're gonna go defensive, leave him as little room as we possibly can.
I've got some information on Hamilton for you.
As
Okay,
Lewis Hamilton is out of the
terminal,
session.
They're retiring the car. Yellow flag.
I'm gonna let Ricardo by. He's just holding me up. He's gonna go, or Sonoda, I'm sorry.
Green flag.
As that's 2 Mercedes engines out in race 1 here in Bahrain. Definitely not what Mercedes wanted to see. You would have thought it would have been the new engine, the new partnership of Ford Red Bull Racing that maybe had some engine issues, but no. It ends up being Mercedes Giant.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
We can still get Joe here if we can just stay in Ocon's DRS. So Noda does make his way by Albon there into turn 1 very cleanly. As we're just barely hanging on to the DRS of Ocon. It is an absolute struggle. I mean, as you can expect, though, with how our tires are. We got 4.9 seconds on Joe. Oh, we major lockup there. As the rear tires are just absolutely gone. I can't believe that didn't cost us more time than it did. The question is, can I hold Joe out of the 3-second range and hold on to P15 here? He needs to gain 1 whole second on me to get the position. So we are struggling mightily into turn 1 there. Not a good start to the lap. As Max Verstappen wins the first race of the year here in Bahrain. In the first race of the Ford Red Bull partnership. Let's go. Starts off with the win. So at least we can be happy in that part. And honestly, P13 on the road for us is pretty massive. And I think we're just gonna hold off Zhou Guanyu and bring home P15. That little change-up strategy call was huge. And bring it home. P14 we actually get. Oh, that was massive. Huge strategy mix-up by us, honestly, as Yuki Tsunoda gets driver of the day. I'm honestly thrilled with that.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen. He takes victory.
Well, you're always unsure of the competition and what your opponents have been able to do in the off-season, Crofty, but they've come here today, they've delivered the performance that you dream about, and wow, did they make that car sing today. Really impressive stuff.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz, and Max Verstappen on the podium to start the first race of the year. That really just goes to show you the 3 top teams are reigning supreme. And hopefully someone can challenge Max, either Ferrari or McLaren. I just hope one of the teams can hopefully make this championship interesting.
It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
And Max Verstappen wins in Bahrain. Yeah, honestly, just a great weekend for us. It was looking like a terrible weekend, and we turned it into a P14. So I know that's not points or anything like that, but the fact that even when we looked like we were down and we were out, the strategy looked like it was a terrible call on the hards. I was making mistake after mistake on the track, ended up getting a 3-second penalty, and we somehow dig deep enough to pull out a P14. Yeah, honestly, just massive. I'm thrilled with it. And yeah, let's take a look at the driver standings. Obviously, it's the finishing order, so not too much to look at there, but the constructors. Red Bull leads by 2 points over Ferrari and 8 points over McLaren. It's really already proving to just be a 3-horse race. Aston Martin, Mercedes, and VCarb are the only other teams to score points. And for us, I think it's going to come down to a battle of can we get 8th or 9th. I think we can probably get 8th this year, but we're just going to have to wait and see how the year develops and how the upgrades come along. So thank you to everyone who watched the video. Please like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day.